My name is Ruben. We're going to do an IELTS mock today. And if you can please introduce yourself, tell me your name, spell it, and a few things about yourself before we begin.
Well, firstly, my name is Khải. It's spelled Khai, and I am still a student at Tân Châu High School. My house is just a few kilometers away, and basically I am now taking a test. Okay, so there are 3 parts to the test, and now we are going to start the first part of the test for the IELTS. We're going to brainstorm a little bit, and we'll be talking a little bit about your friends. Yes.
Okay, and the first question here is: do you prefer to have one particular friend or a group of friends, and why?
Well, personally, I prefer a group of friends, as we have a lot more to do, a lot more to talk about. And with a group of friends, I can demand help from a lot of their varying skills, and maybe we can also help each other a lot in our academic responsibilities and in other matters as well.
Okay, very good. And I guess you did sort of answer what you like doing most with your friends, but can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, mostly I just enjoy hanging out with them, chatting, playing games, and maybe occasionally talk more about our studies, and maybe even some chit chats about our personal lives, our family, and how we are doing, and maybe even going on some trips together as well.
Well said. I'm going to change topics and ask you about retirement.
Yes.
And the first question is: when you retire, that means you reach the end of your career.
Yeah.
So at what age should people retire from work, and why do you think so?
Well, it depends. As of course, it mostly depends on their gender, as males are obligated to spend a few more years doing their job than the female workers. And I think the appropriate age for us to retire is about 65 for male workers and 60 for female workers. But that has been changed in recent years to increase the workforce a little bit.
Great, good answer. And what problems do you think people will face after they retire?
Well, of course, the source of income would not be as much, and they also would be less productive, and their social life may suffer a little bit, because their workplace can be a place for them to interact or to get some vital information in the world.
Very good, very well put. And how important are retirees to your country's economy? Why or why not?
Well, they absolutely have some significance. Of course, they would need some governmental assistance, and they would need some places so that they can be taken care of. Of course, in my country, most elderlies or retired people are taken care of by their families, and not so much in nursing homes.
Very good, very well spoken. And when do you think you should start saving for retirement?
Personally, I think that the appropriate age for us to save for our retirement should be when we reach our mid-30s and early 40s. As at that time we have experienced enough to know that our salary can really be a source for us to get our desired retired savings, and also that would put our lives later in a more comfortable manner, in a more comfortable place.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and encourage you to think about a lower age, but that was very well spoken. It was very well spoken. Why do some companies encourage early retirement?
Well, maybe because in the later years, workers may not be able to work more as efficiently as they were in their prime days, and also to maybe attract more more youths to work in their companies as well, as more spots are vacant.
Okay, all right. I think we're going on to part number 2.
Yes.
Part number 2 allows you to prepare for a minute, and then you have to speak for 2 about a topic, and that is your topic. You can brainstorm ideas now. You have a minute. Okay, please tell me what you've thought of so far.
Well, for me, I surf the internet a lot, and there are many people whom I deemed as worthy of my follow. And actually, there is one particular person who I really admired. Their alias is Torino Aqua, and I just randomly came across one of their pictures, like their paintings, on some posts years ago, and I thought that the pictures was gorgeous and with many moving parts. So I naturally went and searched for their social media accounts, if there were any, and I was lucky that they have a plethora of them. And of course, as an artist, they post mostly just very picturesque paintings of various about some characters, some fictional characters, and even some landscapes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you are going to continue, I guess. But that's okay, because now we're going to start part 3. And for part 3 of your IELTS test, we're going to talk about the influence. Of television.
Oh, okay.
Influence of television. Now, this might be a tough one for you because I know that there's a. Well, I won't give away the answers, but we're talking about television, and it's different than cinema or films.
Yes.
Okay. So, how popular is watching TV and television in your country?
It is still vastly popular, as a lot of the older generation have watched TV for a long time, and their adaptability on social media wasn't as good as in other countries, and they would mostly get the information from television, from the shows, and of course from the news as well.
Okay. Tell me about the types of programs that are generally on television in your country.
Of course, firstly, there are some government backing programs like news like weather forecasts, news, etc. And on some occasions, some reality TV shows and maybe some newer stuff that is actually airing on some in some other countries, and there are also some very interesting academic programs related to maybe psychology or even the wildlife.
Why do people like watching television?
Well, mostly because it is ingrained in their memories. For most of our generation, we would experience watching television at a very young age, and that would naturally stuck with us for a very long time, and the favorability wouldn't go down even in the social media age of today.
Which one do you think is better, state or private television, and why?
Well, I think that, though I'm not very well versed in this topic, if I have to give an opinion, I think that state-owned television would be more stable, as they would not allow some more damaging types of programs to be aired on TV, and of course there are still some drawbacks to it, but I think just being able to not see some very provocative programs can lead to better results.
That's a very good answer. What effects can watching television have on children?
Well, it depends if the children is well taught or not, because as we all know, children a lot of the time spend hours watching TV, but some programs probably won't affect them that much since they aren't able to really understand them, but some more violent programs probably would affect some more ill-taught children, but if their parents care enough about them, I don't think it should be a problem.
That's very well spoken as well. And last question on this one is, how do TV programs differ now than that of 10 years ago?
Oh, 10 years ago? That's a very good question. I personally think that nowadays with the limelight on social media, a lot of TV programs would be more geared towards the young audience and have some more tricks so that they can be promoted more efficiently on social media. And that would differ from 10 years ago, which would try to make more probably, let's say, intelligent programs that are more geared towards the more well-taught people and the older generation as well.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the end of the IELTS mock test. Congratulations, Khải. You've done very well, and you have a good weekend, a good night, and good luck on Saturday, I believe, right?
Thank you.
Okay, you take.